to study new topic, that is Water Act. It is in tourism planning and legislation. So let's see. The act was mainly commenced in 1974 for the prevention and control of the pollution. So let's begin what all the things are there. So basically the act was called as Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974. Basically it's the Water Pollution Act. It was commenced in 1948 in US law for awareness and controlling the water pollution, and it was amended in 1972, and law became common for all the Clean Water Act, that is CWA, and it needed a legislation, so they needed rules and regulation. In their 1962, when India got independent and fought its first war with China, the committee was set up in 1962 for the enhancement of the Water Pollution Act. So it was during 1948 itself we used to learn what is the importance of water. Later on, we came to know about its importance. So it was amended in 1972, and law became common, that is CWA, that is Clean Water Act. And after India fighting with China in 1962, committee was made to draft or make a rules and regulation for water pollution and how we can prevent it. Coming to the starting point, it was Parliament Bill, which was 1974. It was come into existence for water pollution and maintaining and restoring of water, and it is applicable to all states of India. So it is applicable to all states of India while we are talking. The main objective was there are three. One thing is prevention and control. So how we can prevent the natural water to be polluted from the foreign body, that is the microbial activities, that is from the industries outlets, or as the debris flowing in the water, or how we can restore it. Then maintaining and restoring comes in the second thing, and it is needed a legalized body to govern the in prevention of water. Control body was done, that is here you can see Neeravari Nigama, you have heard, I hope so. So similarly, in the urbanized cities, there is water board or water pollution board has come into existence. So the act what needed was, the act made the persons carrying certain illegal activities in the industry and local authorities can report to the board on state board, and they are eye-opening acts because lots of pollutants are being in to the water. So in order to protect them, these objectives and the rules made people to be more confident and avail their rights in order to consume fresh water or usage of that water. So application, so where all the things is applied is all over the states. So in the length you can see all over states, include every states in India. And what was the other objective or the commencement is how we can pollution can be controlled, how we can make sewage effluent, so how we can purify it, how the trading, how water trading can be done, and who is the occupier, who is the outlet, and who is stream. So we will see these things. So pollution basically means contamination, as you know. It is an alternative of physical and chemical or biological property of water. So physically and chemically discharged from the uh, factory factories or from the debris. So what is that? So discharging it to the directly to the water comes, marine life will be affected, and under this what will be harmful is public health will be affected, commercial industries and other related users, animal and plant or aquatic organisms are infected. So this is the thing. Next, sewage effluent. So sewage effluent is nothing but how the disposal works, how it can be solved and how we can clean the drains. Next thing is effluent. So it includes the liquid form or the solid or gas substances which are let into the premises, and how the countries or industries are operating, how we can dispose that, and how the domestic sewage can be more effluent and how we can make it clean. That is the thing here. Next is occupier. Occupier is all about the industries you are talking. The person who is control of the factory's premises, that is like the factory manager or the person who is in charge of intaking of factories things. Next thing is outlet. It include how we were letting out the water into the contaminated pollutant to the water. So one thing is pipe or channel or closed one, or through effluent treatment of that thing, or how likely it is causing the pollution. So that is the thing here. Thing is stream, how you are letting it out through rivers, waterhouse or inland water, or how much extent it is affecting the marine life, how the state government and making the things to be run in a fluent manner by making rules and regulation, and they are making the yearly gazette in order to protect our lifestyle. Moving on. So what are the functions of the central board or the water board comes is, they may delegate, they may, under this they may delegate with other persons or the persons involved in these things. Then they can go for laboratory testing and in order to see if it is really affecting or not, or else carrying out the need for the rules which is framed, it should be commenced or it should be made into come for force. So what all the things can be done, they are seeing that. For the attendance, boys type central board, girls you type act, act, in order to get the attendance. Moving on. So that is all about central. State board, what they do, they have section which is section 17. They are concerned to grant anything in concern of industry. So they are the person who are looking after the concern, because central board can't involve in everything. So they act upon the legislation Environment Act as of 1986 and their prescribed rules, that is Environmental Protection Act, and their conditions and the rules, and also the zero discharge theory. So it was framed in the act. So they wanted to make it sure that every company follow that and meet the compiled by the industry. So industries are made clear about this, and after they are passing only they used to get the permission for water, how we can discharge it from the factory. To oversight the implementation gap and lay down the policies, Central Ganga Authority was framed in 1985 because Ganga was polluted like anything. So National River Conservation Authority was formed in 95, and Ganga Project Directorate was formed in 1985. These are the projects which are made and people to work for the conservation thing, and GPD, that is Ganga Project Directorate, is named NRCD, that is National River Conservation Directorate, in June 94. So it was renamed again. You can take the example of River Ganga cleaning initiative by the recent government. Take a note of that. Then gap, that is where million liters per day. So the thing is that how the gap 1 and gap 2 works is they investigated how the water is polluted and from which cities. Mainly there are three states we can say, UP, Bihar and West Bengal. So what they do is they made the rules in the 19 but extended progressively till 2000. So they made it step by step. And gap 2 was to how we can tackle with the economic affairs and how the debris can be restored. So gap 2 in various stages, that is from 93 to 96, they initiated in UP, Bihar, West Bengal, Delhi and Haryana, and they treated 1912 meters sewage gap. So they treated those inlets from those how they are getting into water and completed by 2001. They completed by 2001. The financial profile. So what was the cap of gap 1 and gap 2 is 462 crores and 1276 crores respectively. So in order to preserve the water, the needed necessity of every human being living in this world, so they spent so many of amount. And government of India decided in 1998 to bear entire expenditure of the scheme, and it found difficult for the states because states found very much difficult because of the burden what they are facing. So central took the initiative and made a remarkable expenditure on this. That's all guys. I hope you got it. For the attendance I have given hint in the middle of the class. So hope you guys are taking note of that. Thank you. Have a nice day.